Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Christina and today I'm introducing my project pan for... Really, Wallace? Can you go over here, please? Today, I'm introducing my project pan for 2018. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button because I do upload on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern time, and I don't want you guys to miss out on anything. And basically, today what I'm doing is I'm going to be introducing the products that I'm going to be doing for Project Pan. So Project Pan is almost like a challenge kind of thing that you do in the beauty community where you talk about what products you want to use up throughout the year and then you check in on your progress to make sure that you're actually going through and using it up. As 2017 progressed, I obviously do a lot of hauls, I go to TJ Maxx a lot, and I have a lot of makeup, but I don't want to buy the makeup and then waste it because that's counterproductive. It's a waste of my money. It's a waste of everyone's time if I'm not actually using a product. And I think it's important for the beauty community to realize that it's not about having a lot of stuff. It's about finding really good stuff that works well for you and playing with it and not feeling overwhelmed with all of the new releases. So I wanted to do Project Pan for 2018 and I'm going to be doing 18 in 2018. So I have 18 products in a box in front of me right now and we're going to be going through them, and these are the ones that I'm going to try and use up throughout the year. I'm probably going to be doing check-ins maybe every 2 months. I feel like every month is a little bit too often because sometimes I don't wear makeup that often. So I think I'm going to be doing these every 2 months as just a regular check-in, being like, this is how far it's gotten. This is how much I used it, and I think I'm going to keep it in a notebook every time that I use the product. That way we can actually see days that I'm using it and days that I'm not. So basically that is a Project Pan rundown. I've gotten really into these lately. I've watched a lot of videos and it's just nice to see people like progressing through products and almost enjoying them again. I think back in the day before YouTube was a thing, we all had like our certain makeup items that we kept in our makeup bags and we just used them, we cherished them, we didn't deviate from them, and we like had panic attacks when we ran out of eyeliner. I've been there. I remember I ran out of eyeliner one day before school and I about had a panic attack because I didn't think I could live without that one eyeliner. Now I don't have that problem. If I run out of an eyeliner, I have like 10 other ones on backup. But without further ado, let's get into what I am going to be trying to hit pan on this year. So I'm going to try and do these in sections of how I use them on my face. I'm going to start out with primers, and there are 2 primers that I want to try and use up this year. The first one is the Milani Prime Perfection, which is this one, and I actually think it's pretty low. Now, if I can, I'll be marking my bottles and my tubes so we can see how much I've progressed. This one feels pretty light. I think I'm pretty close to finishing this one, but just so I can tell myself to use it, I'm putting it in this just so I make sure I use it. The second primer is the NYX Hydra Touch Primer. This one also feels really low. I don't really know how much I have left, but I do definitely need to use these 2 up. So these are the first 2 items that I'm going to be trying to use up in Project Pan. Both of these I like. They're both hydrating primers. You guys know I have dry skin, so I always tend to like hydrating primers, so there shouldn't be a problem with me using these. Now, as for a foundation, I think I set myself at a lofty goal. I do have 3 foundations in my box to use up. One of them is definitely kind of a cheat item. I've shown it in a past video before, and you guys know this is basically almost done. But my first foundation is the Smashbox Studio Skin, and there's literally probably like 4 uses left in this. I have literally been using a brush to scrape out the remnants of this guy. That's why it looks like this, because I'm scraping it. This is a really great foundation, so I know I won't have any problems using this up, but I'm throwing this in there just so I make myself use it because I'm kind of holding off on using it lately because I don't want to be without it. I have other foundations in my collection that I can use that I also like, so forcing myself to actually finish this. Next foundation is another foundation that I really like. I just for some reason have forgotten about it lately, so I need to put this in here so I actually end up using it. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, and mine is in the color Nude Ivory. I really like this foundation. I just for some reason haven't been reaching for it lately. It is a better shade match for me now than it was during the summer, so I have really no excuses as to why I'm not using this. And I will mark the bottle whenever I can. I don't think I've used very much of this, so it may just be completely full right now. But if I can, I will mark the bottle. If not, we will just do it in our next check-in. The next foundation and the final foundation is a foundation that I like, but I have a really hard time with because I have to use this as a mixing foundation. I can't wear this on its own. I have a video on this foundation, and if you watch it, you'll see why I can't wear it on its own. But I do like the formula of this, and I can use it as long as I mix it in with something lighter. This is the Covergirl Healthy Vitalist, or other way around, the Vitalist Healthy Elixir foundation. And as you can see, I've used a good bit of it. It is down to right here. So I should be able to use this up. It might take me a while because I really can only use this with either a white mixing agent or a very, very light foundation, because on its own it oxidizes or it just turns orangey and like 3 shades too dark, and this is the lightest shade that they have. Overall, the formula is really pretty on the skin, so I do want to use this up. So far that is 5 items that I am going through. Right now I'm feeling good. I feel like I can accomplish this. I feel like I can actually hit pan on a lot of these. Next items are concealers. I actually don't have that many concealers in my collection. I'm pretty good about going through concealers and only buying like 1 or 2 at a time, but I do have these 2 that have been in my drawer for a while and I need to just finish them. The first one is this Maybelline Age Rewind, and as you can see, it is pretty far down. It's a little over halfway empty. The reason I haven't been using this lately is I only use this occasionally. I got the wrong color. This is one of the Illuminating colors, and I meant to get the light concealer, not the Illuminator, so I don't use this very often, and I usually mix it with another concealer, so that's why I haven't been reaching for it, but I am so close to finishing it. I really have no excuses. I just need to go ahead and finish it. The next concealer is actually a Wet n Wild concealer, and it's about the same. I can see the line right here, so it's about halfway empty. So again, this is another one of those concealers that I can use. It works all right. It's not really what I gravitate towards, but there's really no excuse for me not to finish and use this up. I like this concealer. It does pretty well, especially for spot concealing, but I just haven't been reaching for it again, and that's why I'm throwing it in here. But again, it's like right here, so I really have no excuses. So I'm gonna move on to a setting powder now, and I only have one, and this is actually a relatively new product, but it's not my favorite, and there's other products I could probably be using and that I want to try out, so I'm gonna try and use this up as quick as possible. And this is the BareMinerals Translucent Powder Duo. If you've been watching my videos and reading my description box, then you've seen this in a lot of videos lately as like being something I've used on my face. So I'm going to try and use this exclusively just to get through the product. Well, it's not a bad product. I don't think it's the best on my skin. It is a little drying. So I just want to try and get through this because there is a lot of other like illuminating powders that are out that are better for dry skin. Now to move on to cheeks, I don't have a bronzer because I basically only use this guy. This is the Butter Bronzer, and this is my second pan that I've hit in a butter bronzer, so I'm not throwing these guys in because I always hit pan on those, but I do have blushes, and blushes are actually a category that I think it's really hard to hit pan on. I've literally maybe hit pan on maybe 2 blushes in the last few years, mainly because I have a lot of blush. But even before, when I was only using like 1 blush, it would take me forever. So this is a very lofty goal to go for, but I'm gonna try. First blush that I wanna try and hit pan on is this Milani blush. This is Coralista. The next blush I've also had for a really long time. It's a really nice blush, and I think for the most part I stopped using it because I liked the packaging so much, which I don't think is a great reason to hold on to a product, and especially when it's getting as old as it is, and there's tons of other blushes that look similar to this and aren't as bulky. So this is one of the Too Faced Baked blushes. I really like these blushes, but again, packaging's bulky. I've had it for a really long time and I just need to use it up. So this is Peach Beach, and it's a really nice peach color. I have put a slight dent into the center of it, so this makes me hopeful that eventually I will hit pan. I really don't know how deep this blush goes, like if it just stops at this white line or if it keeps going, but I'm hoping I can actually finish it. So that is actually 10 of my 18 products, and I'm feeling pretty hopeful right now that I can actually get through a lot of these. But now we're getting into dangerous territory. The eyes. I feel like eyeshadows are really hard for me to get through, and I gave myself a really hard challenge. I put 3 eyeshadow palettes and 2 single shadows in here. I don't know what I was thinking. So these first 2 eyeshadow palettes, I've actually already hit pan on a lot of the shadows, but my goal is to hit pan on every shadow. So the first one up is my Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette. I love this palette, but I really need to get back into these. As you can see, I've hit pan on this shadow and this shadow, but basically all of the other ones don't even have very large dent in them at all. So I really, really need to buckle down and hit pan on more than 2 shadows. But my goal is by the end of the year, I will have hit pan on every single one of them. I want to see silver. I want to see that I've made a dent in all of these shadows by the end of the year. and I think that is really going to be difficult, but I think I can do it. A second shadow is one that I really don't want to hit pan on because I've had it for so long and it has sentimental value to me, and I don't want to throw it out, but I've had it for forever. This was my Lorac Pro Palette, and this is the first high-end palette that I ever bought. While it is sentimental to me because this was like the beginning of my makeup journey, I really need to start using up these shadows because otherwise they're just going to be useless anyways. I've actually done a really great job on this palette so far. As you can see, I've hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pans in it, but I've really left this end part pretty alone for the most part, and I could definitely hit pan on gold and pewter. Like, I like both of these shadows. I have actually used this palette in the last year a good many times, but it's mainly been the shadows that I've already hit pan on because I like those so much. So I really think I can hit pan on this one as well. I really don't want to because I'm attached to it, but it is just makeup and I can always buy a new one if I really want to. And then last palette is a relatively new one. I've had it for a couple years. It was a collab palette. This is the Makeup Geek palette with Manny and MUA. I got it a couple years ago, and this is my travel palette. I pretty much exclusively use this palette when I travel, and I have somehow still not hit pan on anything yet. So I'm just determined that I'm gonna hit pan on something. I am so low on this shadow right here that I don't know how I haven't hit pan on it, and I'm getting really low on this one in the middle. I'm pretty sure I'm about to hit pan on that one, and I'm pretty low on these two at the top too. Like, I have gone in on this palette, and I think I'm just upset that I haven't hit pan on it yet because I feel like I dedicated so much time to this palette, and I just don't understand how I haven't hit pan on it. So I threw this in because I want to hit pan on something in this palette. Again, determined to try and hit pan on all of these shadows. I will give myself slack for these two though because they just aren't really my tones, but I would like to try and hit pan on all of the ones that I do use. And then my last two shadows are going to be two Colourpop Super Shock shadows. I've definitely hit pan on plenty of Super Shock shadows before, and these two are two that I know I can hit pan on. This one is actually a repurchase. I hit pan on one of these when they first came out, and this is the color Lala. It's a really pretty rose gold color, and I just want to hit pan on it again because I feel like that would be cool. That and the Super Shock shadows do get dry after a while, and they really are kind of useless, so I just want to make sure that I'm using them up as I can. And then another one that I want to use up is Nillionaire, and it's actually what is on my lids right now, so I'm doing good. I really like this eyeshadow. It's a pretty, again, another gold, but it has such pretty glitter in it, and I like to use this one a lot, so I think this one will be actually pretty easy for me to hit pan on. So those I'm not as worried about, but those eyeshadow palettes, guys, those are gonna kick my butt this year. And then actually the last 3 items, I'm impressed. We got through 15 items now, and now the last 3 items are all lip products, and I've said it in a past video before, I don't know how to get through a lip product. I don't think I've ever used a lip product all the way down through a bullet or through a liquid lipstick. I did not throw any liquid lipsticks in here because I feel like it's really hard for me to tell if I'm actually using those up. So I wanted something that was a little easier and could actually track progress. So I have 3 bullet lipsticks. Now 2 of them I've had for a really long time. I just feel like I really need to get them up. I've actually been using them a lot lately. Ever since I did that lipstick declutter and I rediscovered these, I've kept them in my purse and I've worn them in a lot of videos lately. So I don't think it'll be too bad for me to use these up. The first one is this Maybelline matte lipstick. This one is in the color Touch of Spice, and I'm about that far down. I don't think this will be difficult for me to use up. I absolutely love this color, and the formula is really nice. I remember there was a point in time when I was wearing this lipstick every single day. As it's in winter right now, I think I can get through this one, and I kind of want to buy another one to restock because these are gorgeous. Just absolutely stunning lipsticks. If you need a good like fall winter lipstick that's like a nudie, like a dark nude, Touch of Spice, that's where it's at. The next one is a NYX matte lip cream, or a matte lipstick bullet, and it is in the color Natural, and again it's about like Touch of Spice. It's pretty far down on the bullet, so I feel like I should be able to progress pretty far with this, but I feel like I can definitely get through this. This is a My Lips But Better color, so I like to wear this to work. I like to wear this like just running errands. It's like a casual day lipstick. And then the last lipstick is one that I've used a good bit, but I haven't used it enough, and I actually really like this lipstick. And this is the Colourpop Blotted Lips in the color Ice Cube. I think this was a limited edition, but it's a really nice color. I have a lot left in this little guy, and since it's a blotted lip, like they're not meant to be like intense in color. So as you can see, it's a pretty sheer wash. So it's really not meant to be like an intense color, so it's not like I can like glob it on and like, but this is a good lipstick to just keep in my purse. So guys, that is all of my 2018 pan subjects. I don't know what to call these candidates. All of the things that I'm gonna try and use up throughout the year. I don't know what to call those. But that is everything. Again, I will be doing check-ins every like 2 months or so just to kind of check my progress. And I'm excited to do this year. I'm excited to use up some products and eliminate some of my waste of like just having products sitting and not being used. So this is very exciting to me. If you are doing Project Pan, definitely let me know down in the comments. And if you are doing videos for them, if you are a fellow YouTuber, definitely let me know because I love watching these. I am overall very excited to do this and I'm very excited to share it with you guys. That is the whole video. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up down below. And if you're not yet, what are you doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I do upload videos on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. And I don't want you guys to miss out on any of my videos. And hopefully that means I will see all of you guys in my next video. Bye!